there from a very grey and blustery day in Norway. I thought I would put together a video today with a slightly musical theme, I suppose. That's hence I am sat near my digital piano. What I didn't consider before I sat here and set the camera up there is two things. One, I fell off an electric scooter the other day, and you know you're getting old when people look concerned rather than laugh. Anyway, I've got a few grazes and things, but I think I've damaged my thumb, so it's not an excuse. I'll give it my best whirl. And also, the main thing I needed to consider was that I don't really play very often. I think since I moved here, I've probably sat at this piano 2, maybe 3 times. So bear with me. I don't even remember the songs that I wrote myself. So I've got something in a memory bank somewhere, and I think it's Amelie. I'm not completely sure. So I will give it a little bit of a whirl, part of it, and then I'll stop when I feel really rusty. Okay, so. That's all you're getting, I'm afraid. Now, I will read a little bit of a chapter I've been working on in this ever-growing book. And at the end of that, I will give you a piece of music that I wrote quite a few years ago that's kind of related to this. So this is about a song called Say Hello, Wave Goodbye by Soft Cell in the 1980s, the early 80s. And this video is kind of related to a previous video I've done about hellos and goodbyes. So this song is unsurprisingly called Say Hello, Wave Goodbye. And I'll read you a little bit about what I wrote, lots of arms. So Say Hello, Wave Goodbye. This is the title of a song by Soft Cell, an English band that I played on repeat from my bedroom in a small maisonette in Lancashire, England, as a 13-year-old boy. The singer's compelling demand for someone to take their hands off him and his declaration that he did not belong to them were messages that were very significant to me, although then I didn't quite understand why. I had been subject to people without their own boundaries, not respecting my boundaries even before I knew I had any. I didn't even know what boundaries were, that I was entitled to them. They were an alien concept at that time, and I grew up feeling that I was put on earth to meet others' needs and was never allowed to let any of my own needs emerge. So, like boundaries, I didn't even know that I had needs. When any of even the most basic needs unwittingly arose in me, I felt shame about them, and they were quickly quelled. I used to listen to this song compulsively, and left it to play again and again on my old record player, even while I slept. Today I'm unsure if it helped me or it even made me more anxious and worried and resentful, but that's what I did in some way to try and support myself. I couldn't fully understand or articulate the song title, Say Hello, Wave Goodbye, but apart from liking the melody and the lead singer, I did know on a deeply embodied level that hellos were inextricably linked with goodbyes, and that I was suspicious and frightened of both. I had said a brief hello to my father for the first 5 years of my life before he died of lung cancer. I had been saying goodbye to him in a multitude of ways ever since, while sometimes not understanding what I'm really missing, other than experiencing the void that was left behind. For several years after he died, when I became upset or asked questions, my family just couldn't answer, my older siblings in their kindness would tell me to gaze out of my window at night, and the brightest star I could find in the night sky would be my father. That's where I would go to find him. On one level, it sounds very loving and quite wonderfully soothing, but it was just too abstract for me to contemplate, and instead I found it disorientating and anxiety-provoking. So for years after his death, I found myself every night, come summer or winter, waiting vigilantly until it was dark and peering through my bedroom window looking for what passed as the brightest star. It was a continual exercise in anguish and pain. If it was a cloudy sky with no stars in sight, I would panic, thinking I'd completely lost him. And on clear nights, if I was lucky enough to identify a bright star out of the millions that were visible, he just felt too far away from me. If I ever got tired and fell asleep, I felt like I'd let him down or betrayed him in some way. Either way, I cried silently, making sure no one could hear me, because well-meaning people had told me that I was now the man of the house, and men simply did not cry. I remember one day not long after he died when I came running in from school and the front room was beaming with sunshine. This was unusual. It was usually quite a dark room, and I remember knowing something just didn't feel quite right. I looked around and his piano was gone. I asked my mum where it had gone, and she said, I got rid of it because it made the room look too dark. It hadn't looked too dark to me. I liked the shadows that the coffin-like piano cast across our front room. It brought a strange comfort in remembering him. I felt shocked that another significant part of my life had been taken away. Obviously, I didn't think this. I was 5 years old, but I knew that I felt it somewhere, everywhere in my small body. I felt the terrifying truth that anything could be taken away from me at any time, without warning and without a say in the matter. Many years later, I wrote and released a song.
Pulling back the curtain, feeling so uncertain, looking for the brightest star. You were too far. You sat me at the piano and held me close. What I do to feel you close right now. You held my hands and guided me, my small hands in your hands. I wish I could remember your voice right now. I wish I could remember your voice right now. Did you love me? Did you even like me? Would you be proud? The room grew darker, not brighter, when you and your piano were gone. I asked so many questions, I was just trying to find my way. I always asked why, 'cause I longed for them to say that I looked like you, that I talked like you, that you didn't mean to go. But instead they said, when you go to bed, just look to the sky and don't ask why.